And everyone that's following us on Seller Field, my name is Jason Shea, founder of Seller Field. And for this week's Seller Field Live, we have a very special training for you. This week's topic will be special. We'll be focusing on optimizing the visual content for your Amazon listing. And I have Rafael, the founder of Share It Studio, with me today, and we're going to do a masterclass on everything that you should be, you need to know as a business owner, and also as an Amazon seller on how to get the most out of your Amazon listing. So, Rafael, thank you so much for joining us today.
Jason, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate the time to give me in front of your audience. This is your family, so I'm here, just to bring value and to bring content and time worthy content for you and your group of family, which is all your database basically.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. So, you introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, man. So my name is Rafael Veloz. I am the founder of Share Studio. I'm a filmmaker. My first music video, I did it in 2009. I was quick story. I was actually in law school. I was my third year of law school. But before getting into law school, obviously I had to go through high school. And I wanted to be a rapper.
I didn't know that you want to be a rapper. You serious?
Yeah. And my father, he's a lawyer. My father's a lawyer,
Okay.
so my father's like, "No, man, you're not gonna be homeless, living under a bridge. You have to do something else besides rap." And I'm like, "Okay, sure. What should I do?" He's like, "Well, you should go to law school like me. Like I'm doing pretty good, right?" I'm like, "All right, sure, why not?" I hated it. My mom, bless her heart, she's like, "Okay, well, you should still pursue something artistic. Let's put you
Hmm.
into auto engineering school."
Hmm.
I was doing auto engineering. We saw an elective, which was video filmmaking. I did. So my first music video was for actually a Christian music video.
Hmm.
In 2009 for one of my friends there it was called the Art School of Sound. So I was going from 7
Oh,
a.m. to 12 to law school in the University of Central Venezuela because I'm from Venezuela, and then
I
from
see.
6 to 9 p.m. to the Art School of Sound. So
Hmm.
yeah, that's how we got started. That was the first music video. From
Hmm.
there, I moved to Orlando. I went to film school in Orlando. I graduated. I quit law school. I dropped out of law school.
I see.
And yeah, then after film school, I went and worked for CNN, Telemundo. I
Hmm.
did a job for Rebel TV. I did feature films. I did a bunch of other music videos, a bunch of other
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then 2018, yeah,
Hmm.
2018, a friend of mine calls me. He's like, "Hey, man, I'm about to start selling on Amazon because it's pretty trendy right now. My coffee machines. Can you make a
Hmm.
little video commercial? Because everybody else has a video commercial." And I'm like, "Okay, who?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, Nespresso." I'm like, "Yeah, it's Nespresso. Yeah, obviously they
Yeah.
have really good videos, right? Like, come on."
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And
Mhm.
Lavazza and all these coffee companies. So I made a really cool video for him. I really enjoyed it because I love working with products. Working with products is for me, it's the best thing because you can do whatever you want. Literally, you'll tell the product stay like this. You'll position the product like this, and the product will stay like
Mhm.
this forever. So it's like it's really
Sure.
cool to work with products. You can let your creativity roam.
Mhm.
That did really good. My friend came back to me. He's like, "Hey, can you actually do photos as well?" I'm like, "Yeah, obviously."
Mhm.
And and that's just how Share Studio was born. It
Mhm.
was out of literally just it was like a good mistake because
Mhm.
I was doing commercial at that time. I was working full time for Nickelodeon, but on the side I was
Oh,
doing
okay.
yeah for the
Mhm.
Nickelodeon Latin America
Mhm.
here in Miami, Florida. And then after that, and I was doing things on the side, like I was doing real estate. I was doing commercials
Mhm.
for real estate, for restaurants, for like
Yes,
car dealerships.
a typical hustler, right?
Yeah,
He's just
literally,
hustling.
literally, whatever.
Yeah.
I apply some commercials from watch companies. I
Mhm.
was doing a bunch of things, and then I met my mentor. My mentor told me you have to be the best at something. Don't be the best at everything. You have to be the best at something.
Mhm.
So you work
Sure.
with kids' toys, right?
Yeah.
So you're the best at doing that. So
Mhm.
I was like, okay, what can I be the best at? I'm like, well, I love filmmaking. I love taking pictures. I love
Mhm.
creativity.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, let me just be the best at this because I'm really good at it already. And that's what we did.
Mhm.
And we've won a bunch of competitions. We're already a team of 20 already. It was
Mhm.
started just me. and my late
Hmm.
business partner. And
Hmm.
now we're a team of 20, and we've grown to 20. And man,
Hmm.
we won competitions by Big Food. We're certified by Amazon, Advertising Partner Network, by Helium 10. It's been good.
Hmm.
It's been good.
Yeah, thank you for sharing your entrepreneur journey. I think each of us have a different origin story. Of course, I mean for those of us that follow my journey, I start out because my son has special needs. That's how I started with my e-commerce journey because I was trying to find a way to pay for my son's therapy, and I stumbled across e-commerce and as a way to generate that additional income that my family needed. So that was my origin story. Of course, I didn't go to law school, but I did went to. I was graduated in accounting actually, and before I start e-commerce, I was in corporate finance for over 10 years. So that's
Hmm,
my background. This is really finance, but just like you, I don't really enjoy doing that at all. So
yeah,
I think we are just kind of in our own path on discovering on what we
yeah,
want to be and what we want to do in life.
yeah.
But thank you so much about sharing your background story. But in a nutshell, can you also tell the viewers and also the listener what is Share It Studio and what do you guys do exactly?
Yeah, that's good. Um, as you know, Amazon has a lot of things, a lot of tools. Has you can do back-end keyword research. You can do keyword research. You have somebody who ships a product. You have product sourcing. There's like a lot of things that build up this moment to launching your listing. After you've done all these things, you need somebody to create the photos, right? Because that's literally the presentation. You might have the best product in the world, but if people are, and you might have a really good PPC, but if people are clicking on the listing and they're not liking
Mhm.
what they see, you're not gonna get a really good conversion. Or
For sure.
you might be
Yeah.
spending bidding high on that on a keyword. But you have to like people have to understand Amazon is not the people who buy off of Amazon your product, they're not really your clients or Amazon clients unless you're a big brand and they're searching
Mhm.
for your product specifically. But if
Mhm.
they're searching for a no coffee mug, right? If they're
Mhm.
searching for a coffee mug, there's 20 other coffee mugs out there. So
Yeah.
it's Amazon's client, and Amazon wants to give them the best shopping experience.
Mhm.
What are you gonna do from your end to give them that shopping experience to make them feel like, you know what, you can come here more often because this is gonna be a good place. Don't go to Walmart Marketplace, don't go to Target, don't go to whatever else. Come here because we're gonna be give you the best. That's why Amazon launches all these tools. Amazon
Mhm.
Post, the A Plus, the videos. Right now they launched the videos for the for the banners on top. Um,
Mhm.
so Amazon's always improving. So what we focus is creating content. That's it. We just create
Mhm.
content.
Mhm. Mhm.
Anything that's visual.
Yeah, and I think you are one of the agency that's really specialized in that as well. So, okay, so let's jump right into the content today. I think you have a presentation that you'll be sharing with the audience. So, I'm going to just hide my video here so you can go full screen with the content. So, yeah, take it away. So,
For sure. And Jason, if you want to ask any questions for your viewers or anybody has any questions, please guys go ahead and put it in the chat. I'll be more than happy to answer them on the spot. And yeah, let's get started. So 90% of people who start selling on Amazon is to obviously provide for the family. Jason's one of them. I was actually married, and it was one of my things why I started this company to provide for my family, still provide for my family, and it's good. It's a motivation, right? So it gives you that power to go there. Now that you've already searched for the product, sourced the product, talked to the suppliers, maybe 90% of them might be in China. Okay, now you have to fight with the time difference and all these things. Now that you're doing that, and you have your product live, what are you gonna? It's not just about putting the product there. What are you gonna do to really make that product stand out, to make that listing stand out, to be able to sell that product? That's the most important thing, right? Getting that buy. So once you launch the listing, you get something called the honeymoon phase. The honeymoon phase is not Amazon helping you. That's actually Amazon testing you. In which way? In the way that if there's let's take this AirPod for example. If imagine that this is not Apple, this is just a generic brand, and AirPods from Apple don't exist, and they're just everybody's using some headphones, right? In ear headphones. If I come in with a new design Amazon is gonna say like, oh, maybe this new person has a better buying experience, has a better listing that can offer a better buying experience for my customers. Let's put them up there to see what happens. So that's Amazon testing to see how the audience reacts. That's why we get a lot of clients that after like 2 3 months, they're like, oh, man, my sales just tanked. What's going on? It's just that Amazon stopped the honeymoon phase. So now you have to do something better. If your product, if your listing was really, really good, most likely you stayed up in the ranks. If it was bad, most likely if you performed bad, it didn't get enough clicks, it didn't get enough conversions, you're tanking.
Yeah, I have a thing to add to that. Actually, there's just three major components that we should be aware of. Besides the listing, there's the PPC optimization, then there's external traffic. If you can do all three really, really well, then you can really stay and really take the full advantage of the honeymoon period. So,
Yes,
but yeah.
Amazon affiliates, right? The affiliate marketing. Definitely, it's something that you guys should be taking consideration. That's the new trend and the trend that's gonna stay. Why Amazon wants new eyeballs? Amazon wants more people to go into the website because they don't only just sell that. They have Whole Foods, they have Amazon Prime, they have Amazon Music, they have so many things, but they need the traffic. So what they're doing is that they want to drive traffic and they're rewarding businesses that do that. We can talk that about another time, but let's just jump into what you should be doing to optimize your listing with visual content. So, what's the how can you make a really good listing? Is understand who you're selling to, right? It's not the same thing to sell Jason, a garment, or than to sell, maybe my granny, uh, a loofah, right? They're not the same people. They're not the same age range, demographics. They're just not the same. So you have to know your buyer persona. Understand your buyer persona is very, very important. Are they married? They have kids. Jason just told us that a big decision moving needle for him was his child, right? That's what motivated him, his child. What are we going to motivate? How are we going to motivate that person to buy the product that we need? Is it going to be his child? Is it going to be his ego? Is it going to be the season? Is it going to be his partner? What's it going to be? And then again, understanding emotions. What's marketing? Marketing is just playing with emotions. That's how, a lot of times they get us. In the 70s, 70s, 80s, the fast cars with the beautiful girls. If you get this car, you'll get this girl. In the 40s, when the World War II, that we see the logo with a strong woman going like this. That's an iconic logo. What does that mean? There's a shortage in workforce from the men's perspective. Remember that time, uh, the workforce was comprehended by almost 70, 80% of men. So all the men at war, they needed more females to come in and put in the work. So they were triggering their emotion, like, hey, we need you. Hey, if you buy this car, you need this. So if you buy this little lamp, you'll have a better sleep, right? So make data-driven decisions. Don't just take a picture and just put it up there because, oh, it's a nice picture. It's not about a nice picture. It's about an effective nice picture. So yeah, understanding buyer persona and what motivates them. So obviously you have to understand your keywords, right? What image to use, the demographic, behavior analysis. Do they wake up early? Do they live in the East Coast, the West Coast? Understand your competition as well to see what they're lacking. Maybe there's your competition, your whole competition is, has the same question. It's like how big is this product? And nobody's answering this question. You can easily answer that question with an infographic or with I don't know. Let's use an iPhone as an example, or with a phone comparison, right? So there's a lot of things that you can be doing. Let me keep going because if not, it's gonna be a little long. I don't know if you guys know about Brandon Young, but he's a really successful seller. And here, um, in this video, this was in Sell at Scale, actually where I met Jason. His presentation was about PPC launch strategy, and he kept insisting, keep investing in content. That's actually words from him. Why is this guy who's probably worth like $20 million just telling you that? He's telling you that for a reason. He has the experience, he has the knowledge. So that's why content is so important. That's what triggers them. That's what triggers people. People make decisions more based out of emotions than anything else. We're emotional beings, not rational. Um, okay, so content is important to pursue the honeymoon phase. Obviously, we have to do the proper keyword research to understand what they're looking for. And obviously, you have to write your listing properly and follow PPC launch strategy. And we definitely have to adhere to this presentation about external traffic. So components of content. You got images, you got videos, you got A plus content, you got packaging insert, you got packaging. Then newsletters are developing apps, Facebook groups. There's a lot of things. I'm just gonna stick to the listing, which is um, the photos, videos, and the A plus for now. So inside the photos, there's three types of photos, which they're like super important. The um, hero images or main images. Then you got the infographics and lifestyle. So each of them have a specific function. Okay, the hero images are just to get the click. You want them to get that click. You're paying $100 for a bit, even if you're on the first page and you're there, you might not get the click compared to the other seller because his hero image is better, just communicates better. So for example, let me show you this really quick example. Let me go back. So this is a client of ours. Her name is. Oh, these are both of our clients. But this client, for example, I'm just going to use this one. Her name is Olga. She's from France, and she sells this baby nightlight. The main keyword was baby nightlight. Okay, for nursing as well, nursing baby nightlight. And this is the hero image that she had before, and this is the hero image that we created for her. This hero image increased the conversion by. Let me see if I can find it here. Oh, I didn't put in this presentation, but it increased by like 70% the click through rate because of how it was connecting with the consumer. Why? Because the buyer persona was a female, was a female that has a baby, that has a child. So if we have this image, if we were able to zoom in this image, you can see that this is a hairy arm, has long fingernails, and the color green is a color in movie making. The color green is a color that represents discomfort, that represents sickness. So that's why in WhatsApp you see the emoji that's vomiting, that's puking. It's green. Oh, Jason, you're not muted.
Oh, sorry. Go
Um,
ahead.
it's okay. So yeah, so it's very important to understand the psyche behind it as well. So in this photo, for example, this uh, the body language of this image is very strict, as you can see. It's like, here, have this, or take this. Instead of this one's like, hey, maybe this can help you. It's more relaxed. This one's like more demanding. This one's more like welcoming. On top of that, we have a warmer tone color. Means like, hey, you can come in and welcome. If they don't like any of this, they still have a color asset here. They're like, hey, if you don't like yellow, you can put blue, you can put it whatever you want. So we're telling more of a story of the product, right? Through just one main image. This one main image tells you so much more than this one. This is what makes effective content. Understanding the buyer and transmitting that to the buyer. Here as well, for example, this one doesn't have, you have the money clip, you have all this, but that's not really showing. Like, hey, you can put your Visa here, you can put your Amex here, you can put whatever you want here. On top of that, you have a money clip. It's better to say more with less, but still say something. This one's like plain, blah. This one gives you more of that data, of that information, as well for the infographics. For example, for this one, this is so much text. People don't like reading, guys. Unless you're selling a product that's like $3,000, $1,000, people are not really gonna read those infographics. You have to say more with less. So for example, here you can see all the buttons, right? What we tell you already what's going on. We tell you already how it's gonna work out. Even the background is more subtle. Look, it's a night. It's like a stars. This was just blah. You know. Here as well, human touch. Human touches are very, very, very important because it humanizes the product. It breaks that barrier from the product and the actual user. Remember that it's humans who are going to use this product. If it's not human, if it's a plant, then and it's, I don't know, a watering pot, then use a plant in the images, and then we jump to the lifestyle images. So for example, here in the infographics is to tell you what specifics of the product, and here's just to make that emotional connection even more. So for example, here, which one you feel converts more? Just a hand holding the product or actually somebody giving it to the person? Obviously give it to the person. I'll show you why this is so important in a bit. As well as for here, it's a baby nightlight. Okay, if it's a baby nightlight, great. This could help you, but like obviously if it's baby nightlights, then maybe you have a little child here, an infant here with a mom, and you have the little light. That creates that emotional connection. Okay, so um, I Hope that everybody knows what PickFu is. If you don't know what PickFu is, I highly recommend you check it out. They're amazing, and it helps you know what's going to sell before it sells. We use this for the hero images. Again, it's very important to test out the hero images. Why? Because you want to. Selling on Amazon is very hard right now. Before you can start selling on Amazon for like $1,000, $2,000. I don't know if you remember that those days, Jason, where you can just sell for $1,000 on Amazon. But now to start a brand, a successful brand, from my very own opinion, you need at least minimum, not even barely counting sourcing, $10,000 to $15,000. That's me. Um, there's some people who state that you can start with $5,000. Like that's very hard, but okay, go for it. Um, so now that you know what you're gonna sell, how are you gonna know that people are gonna click on that product? That's through the hero images, right? So you want to test as many options as possible, and then test A/B testing through Amazon. What we do is that we create at least 5 to 8 options. We run into Pixel. Depending on what the feedback is, we either recreate other images. For example, we had a case that client was it was a jewelry box for little girls, and we created a bunch of images. There was no prior listing. Sorry, let me put this down. There was no prior listings, and we had to recreate the images as many as we can to understand what the person wanted to see. After creating 5 images, we found out that actually buyers want to see what's inside of the box. So we had to create another pixel test just showing what was inside, different images of what was inside the box. So we created around like 9 images, hero images, which we ran through Pixel, and then from those 9, 8 images that we created, we picked the top two, and then the client runs Amazon experiment, which is basically A/B testing within Amazon. So that's the level of detail that you have to go through if you really want to have success in Amazon, which you can make a really good living off of Amazon. You just have to give it, like everything in life. If you put effort into something, you're gonna become the best at it. So this is the testing what I was talking about. We tell them, Pigfoot tells us exactly who the buyer persona is, we can actually put the demographics and gives us feedback. So this is the test that we ran for Awesome. So as you can see, there were different wallets, different sets, how the props were set, how the wallet was set to give them more information. Like, hey, because one of the keywords was minimalist men's wallet. So we put like on the side so they understand it's thin, but we also put another one so they understand that there's a lot more cars fit. So we ran all these, and then we get all the information. Oh, sorry, give me one second. Okay, so, Rassam, when Rassam came to us, let me show you really quick. When Rassam came to us, he came to us when this is the red line is the year prior working with us. The green line is the year when he was working with us. Okay, so we uploaded the new content November 13th, November 3rd. Okay, right here. And the year before, he was doing really good. It was COVID time. And the year before working with us, that year, his sales and his sessions were just low, 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 low. So we were like, he had almost 2,000 reviews. So he was just losing market share. That's just the fact, right? So we're like, okay, guys, how can we? When he came to us, we asked like, how can we, not just create cool images, because we can just rent a cool car, a Lamborghini, whatever, and just have the model sit with the wallet in front of the Lamborghini. Cool photo, very expensive to make, but was it going to be effective? And the answer is no. The Lamborghini is not going to make the photo effective. We have to understand who the buyer is to make the photo effective. So we looked into this data, buyer persona. So 35 to 54 were the main buyers. Yes, we knew that. Keywords were minimalist, men, wallet, right? Can you believe that 48% of the buyers are female? So we're actually not just making content for the male buyer, we're actually making content for the female buyer. Okay, from those females, how many are married? Oh, 85% of the total buyers are married. Most likely means that this 15% is male, or at least from this 15%, 10% is male. So most likely all the females that are buying this are married. What does that mean? It means that they're not buying a minimalist wallet for men for them. They're buying it for their counterpart. So what happens? We start creating content like this. You see, the perfect gift for your favorite men. This is very important. So we're targeting now the actual buyer, which are females and men. So we're targeting men that want to see the wallet in a cool scenario. So we rented a Tesla for the guys, and for the ladies, what we did is, oh, I got lost. Sorry, guys. For the ladies, what we did is we created content like this. Oh, they're giving us a gift. We focus more on the gifting part than anything else. Why? Because they want to give this to them and they want to feel good. They want to make their partner feel appreciated, feel loved through that gift giving process. You know, the five languages of love. Well, love is gift giving. So most likely they want to make them feel that. Okay. Um, so all that, and this is what these are the results. So we it was in December, so obviously Q4 everybody sells a lot. So we couldn't compare November with December. If not, it would have been like 6,000% increase. So what we did is we compared Q4 when he worked with us and Q4 of last year. So last year was 20 Q4 of 2020 means that COVID was in full effect. Everybody was buying online, right? So if you can see here, this is the sales. His sales were actually very, very low before working with us and very, very high before working with us, but the year prior. Okay. After he launched the products, the content, look how it changed. It was very much downtrend, and then he even made record. He even lost all his inventory because he wasn't expecting that, right? In sessions as well. And this is not, like he didn't change anything else. He didn't change PPC. He didn't do anything else. The only thing he changed were the photos. And why? Well, obviously we are targeting more of the women. We are targeting more of the 50% of the buyers. Now he's not losing market share. He's gaining back his market share. So that's the idea behind um, creating effective content is that making that content feel special to the buyer, feel for the buyer to feel engaged, for the buyer to feel like, oh, this is for me. I don't need to look somewhere else. I don't need to go and click on a listing because remember that when you have your listing, there's a bunch of other people paying to be shown on your listing, right? So the idea is to make them remain within your listing. So yeah, so in comparison to for the Q4s, even though the Q4 of 2020 was better than the Q4 of 2021, from 2019 to 2020, Q4 sales increased by 46%, and Q4 of 2020 to 2021, they only increased 9%. These are Amazon's analytics. This is not me just making it up. This is actual Amazon. So he actually did really, really, really well. We're very happy with honestly. So yeah, so increase in traffic by 55% and sales improved by 45%, which is very big for a brand. The other thing I want to talk about is our videos. I don't know if anybody has any questions or concerns or doubts. If not, I'll keep on going. So the other important things are videos. Um, if you didn't know, there are like five type of videos on Amazon, different type of videos that you can be using. Live videos, you can be using listing videos. You can be using sponsor ads video, premium A plus videos, your Amazon store videos. And each video is different. What do I mean by this? If you see a video that's gone viral on TikTok, okay, and you post that video, that same exact video that had 20 million views on TikTok, and you post it on LinkedIn, most likely that video, I'm 90% sure that video is not gonna go viral. Why? It's because where you're targeting the audience. When somebody's on LinkedIn, they're with a different mindset. They understand that it's a different moment in their life. They want to, get work done. They want to make connections. They don't want to see somebody, like, the Island Boys. I don't know if you remember those dudes, right? They want to see something else. They want to see things with more value. They just don't want to be entertained. They want to be, when they're on LinkedIn, they want to be entertained, but with value. That's the idea behind having an effective video and place in a specific moment in time. So, for example, for this video, this is a listing video. Let's see if I can play it. So for this video, we are showing the product in use. This is a listing video. This is how we like, hey, you can, it comes in a little box. We show you what's included. We show you how it looks, the details, all these things. If this were to be a sponsor ads video, I would have done something way more faster, something catchy, something that catches their attention, something that tells them like, yo, stop and click here. Um, so this is a product video. And the other thing is
I have a question on that. What is your suggestion for length? How many seconds usually, based on your
For
experience?
length, yeah. So for the sponsor ads video, I would do something between 10 and 15 seconds. Let me see if I can share what I consider a good sponsor video that we did. Give me 1 second, guys, because I wasn't.
So
Um,
sponsored ad 10 to 15 second. How about listing video? What's your suggestion based on your experience?
Listing video, well, it depends on the sponsor. It depends on the product as well. But if it can be something, give me 1 second. Okay, here you go. So this is what I consider the start. This is a mix. This is a video that's intended for a sponsor ads video, but you could kind of play it sometimes within the listing video. The thing is the following. If somebody's seeing the video in the listing, in the sponsor ads, and they click on the video and they go to the listing and they see the same exact video, their brain automatically is gonna say, "Oh, I already seen this. I don't really have to pay attention to this." The brain and our attention span right now it's so low. Like people don't even take a time to see a 10-second video. They just technology has just brainwashed us basically, but it's just a reality. So for listing videos, I would say 30 to a minute depending on the product. If it's a product that's very technological and very hard to use and very expensive, yeah, you definitely have to show more. Even maybe not just one video, maybe two videos. If it's a product that's, for example, this one, let me see if I can share my screen really quick. So how do I, okay, here you go.
Uh, okay.
I think I got it. Yeah. Okay. So this is for a hand sanitizer. Okay. This hand sanitizer is obviously sold on Amazon. Amazon has a white background interface, correct? So the first thing they see is a very dark image with a huge germ. That's the first thing they see. So it's kind of weird, like right? Because you're looking for a hand sanitizer and you this pops up. That's what we want. We want the what's going on. That's what we want. We want attention. We're fighting for attention. That's why you're paying money to get the attention. Okay, so that's
Isn't
what we want.
this one of Kevin King's brand? I think I saw this
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we actually that was a pick for competition, and we actually were the one who won the competition. So we
Yeah,
made this for Kevin King. Yeah,
I see.
yeah, yeah. So you see a bunch of numbers. The problem we give you the problem, right? And then we automatically give you the solution. Boom! It's the product. It's here. That's it. Really simple. Then we show the product in use, human touch, somebody opening it, and we start giving you more and more solutions. By this moment, they should have already clicked the video at least. That's the idea behind these type of videos. Let me go back to the that's a sponsor ads video. Something faster, something I don't know if I can share. Oh, there you go. Something faster, something that gets to click. The stores videos are more to tell the story. Okay, so maybe your brand, maybe let's use Jason's example, right? Hey, I started this company because I wanted to help my family and pay for my kids' therapy. That's why I'm selling the best STEM toys. I'm just putting an example. I don't know what Jason's selling. So I'm selling the best STEM toys, and I developed these products myself because of my child. That emotional connection is extremely important. Why do you think that Amazon, right, has designed by Apple in California, but it's assembled in China? You don't really need to put that it's designed by Apple in California. Do you really need that? Why? If it's made in China, it's just made in China. Just put it's made in China. No, they understand. They're triggering that patriotic emotion within the buyers. Hey, it's designed in California. Why don't they put it's designed in the USA? Like there's so many. They're very very smart. Apple's one of my favorite companies, obviously. So that's the idea behind um, story videos is telling that story. I wouldn't recommend having a very good, a very elaborate, and expensive story video if you're not making at least $20,000 in profit monthly. Keep building, keep investing more into your brand and launching new products. But once you hit that milestone, definitely consider making more videos. So yeah, the first thing I would do is have the best photos possible. The hero image is extremely important. It's what's going to get you the click and the chance to tell your story. Once you get the click, you have to tell the story. Photos are good, videos are good, obviously, and then we go to the next thing, which is one of the second most important thing. thing for me, which is A plus content. So
Oh, I have a quick follow-up question on the video. You mentioned there's five different type, but I only hear three. So listing videos, sponsor ad video, brand video, and what are the other two?
sponsor ads video. Let's go from like the order of my order of importance.
Sure.
Everybody has their own
Okay,
opinion.
sure.
It's okay.
Let's
So
do that.
for me, the most important video is a sponsor ads video.
Okay,
That's what's gonna drive traffic, right? You want
sure.
traffic. Listing videos can help you convert. Correct.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Listing video. Okay. Live videos depends if you're somebody who can get an influencer or you can do your live if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got your store videos for your
Mm-hmm.
store. You got premium A plus videos, right?
How
You
is
got
premium A plus video different? I mean,
that
uh-huh.
could be the same one for your store, but
Oh,
it's gonna
okay.
be for your product. So for example, if
I
my
see.
store I'm talking about, let's say I'm selling fruits. I don't know fruits. So just put fruits, okay? There's
Mm-hmm.
different type of fruits. So your store you sell all fruits. Like hey, I started selling fruits because my dad was in agriculture and he was a farmer and we love fruits and I was in the field, blah blah blah. And then in this listing, you're selling bananas. Yo, I feel bananas are very important because of the potassium and blah 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 blah. Blah. The idea behind that video is just to tell more of a story. If your banana is $1,000, and every time you sell a banana for $1,000, like our basil, like 2 years ago, that was like a banana on the wall that sold for like $300,000, something crazy like that, right? So if you're our basil here in Miami, it's like the biggest art show in the world. So if you in your listing, if you're telling the story about a specific product and it's a very high ticket product, you should definitely have a video there. Explain more about the product. Why is the product important to you? The other thing that I recommend is related videos. Related videos you can actually do them yourself. You can actually have a friend do it for you. Anybody can upload a related video, and they're so cool because it's like a basically like unboxing videos, and they sometimes they appear in your competitions listing. That's like the sixth one. There's like more. Yeah, that's like the sixth one. And then if we go into social media videos, then oof, goes trickle down from there. Related videos are super cool. I think everybody should be doing related
There's
videos.
actually a new video you forgot to mention. You can also post video in the Amazon Q&A session now. That's another spot. Yeah,
That's true. That's
yeah.
true. Amazon's always updating. I saw a webinar yesterday from Amazon Advertising, and they were talking about that now you can post videos in your sponsor display ads. So you can have videos in your sponsor display as well. So they're always updating, guys. That's just normal. Amazon is always going to keep updating because they want to give their buyers a better shopping experience. That's the trick of the game. They make money every time somebody clicks on your listing, every time you make a sale. They make money from you, they make money from everybody. So obviously they always want to, and they're losing market share. So they wanna ramp up that customer experience for buyers. Okay, keep on going. Any other questions in the chat that you see, Jason, or anybody?
Not right now. You did a pretty good job explaining. So,
Okay, cool. Guys, remember when Amazon A plus content came out and everyone's like, "Oh, what is this?" So like, "Oh, it helps you rank. Let me just put a bunch of text there, so it helps you rank even better." Cool. As everything has changed and Amazon has evolved, it's gonna keep evolving. Right now, the way I see A plus, and the way that we execute A plus is not just for ranking because the PPC is helping you with that a lot. It's with telling the story of your product. So let me see if I can share you something really quick, guys. Here, as you know, here you go.
yeah, but the caveat with premium A plus is you do need to get approved for it. Not all the account have access to it actually. So it's still like a beta program.
Yes. So before you had to pay a ton of money for um for Premium A Plus before. Now, if you have, I think it's 10 listings or something like that, you can actually use Premium A Plus for free. So it's something that you should take advantage of. This is just again Amazon given the opportunity for sellers to have a better selling experience for the buyers. So what we do for A plus is that when you upload your A plus, you can actually put a description. That's where we input the metadata. So we took out the metadata from the top and we actually transform it into a story. So this is the jewelry box I was talking about for little girls, right? So who's the buyer persona here? The buyer persona here is not the little girl, but she's the user. correct? She's the one who's going to use this. But the buyer persona, the one who's going to click on buy, add to cart, make the purchase, is going to be the mom or dad. Why not? Most likely, it's going to be a mom. Um, so we're what we're trying to do here is just tell the mom the most amount of information as possible. Like, hey, listen, she's got to be sassy. She's got to be very happy when you buy it. She it's gonna come in a very good high end protective fabric bag. Why? Because women when they bag high end bags, such as Chanel or Yves Saint Laurent, um, those bags come in a protective case, pouch, fabric. So we're trying to imitate that. So we're trying to connect with them. On top of that, like, hey, when your kids buy it, she's gotta look like this. Look, and then if she and when she's playing with it, she's gonna be really happy. On top of that, you gotta have she it's gotta have a velvet interior, it's gotta have internal mirror, it's gotta have a fall leather handle. If the little girl when she gets it, she's not gonna go like, oh my god, it has a velvet interior. The little girl doesn't care about that, but the mom does. That's the importance behind it. So we tell the story of the little girl through the little girl, and then on top of that, we tell the mom like, hey, if you buy this, she's gonna be really happy, and on top of that, it's high quality. That's how we create A plus, and all the A plus that we create are the exact same way in different examples. Obviously, am I sharing the screen? I am,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I
Yeah.
can see it. I can see it.
So that's the way that we create A plus is more telling the story. One key thing that I would highly suggest for everybody watching this is that to not use the same photos in your listing images and in your A plus content. The human brain processes more like I think it's like 50 billion signals a day, something like that. And we actually remember a lot of these things from yesterday, and we're like put them away and throw them in the garbage. So when the human brain sees an image and skims over the next things, and we have a very small attention span, and we skim over the A plus, and we see an image that's very similar or it's the same image, the human brain's gonna be like, oh, subconsciously, oh, don't pay attention to that. That doesn't really matter. So be as delicate as possible to using organic and original images throughout the tools that Amazon gives you. Because if Amazon wanted you to put the exact same image in the A plus, they would have just no A plus and they just would have left images up there, or they just would have duplicated the images from the listing to the A plus section, okay, automatically. So if they're giving you the tool, it's for a reason. Use it. Amazon, the people at Amazon are very smart. They have a lot of money. They invest a lot of in buyer behavior. They're not in the office like, oh, what should we do today? How can we make Amazon sellers' life horrible today? Oh, let's just give them one more tool. They're not doing that. They're actually studying and seeing how they can help us make more money because at the end of the day, if we make money, they make money. Um, so yeah, A plus is very important. Yes, it's gonna give you, it's gonna improve your sales. And then adapt to seasonality. So, for example, for Rossum, we also created seasonal product packaging for him. Again, 48% of the buyers were female, so obviously they wanted to buy the box and all these things. So we created that ambience. We're thinking ahead for them. We already tell them like, hey, maybe you should buy this for Christmas for your men. Maybe you should consider Thanksgiving. Maybe you consider Cyber Monday if it's really good for you. Black Friday, Halloween, right? If you're selling masks for Halloween, you should definitely have a Halloween themed listing. Um, yeah. So take advantage of the holiday season, guys. It's very important. Obviously, it's the best time to sell Q4. Carbon 6 out of Q4. Throwaway party because obviously Q4 is very important. These are all data that you can find online. And yeah, that's the presentation.
I have a question about the seasonal listing that you are referring to. When you do the
Yeah,
seasonal listing, do you update all the secondary images and A plus at the same time, or what is your workflow?
it depends on the client's budget. For Dom, we did the whole thing because we were trying to do a case study with him. So we were like, you know what, Dom, we're just gonna do everything for you. Let's see how it goes. And actually did really good. His sales increased drastically. So for clients that have the budget, we do the the whole listing, even the video. But there are clients who don't really want to invest in a product. Maybe the product is just 15 bucks, so they really
Oh,
don't want to
so you
invest a
have a
lot.
seasonal video as well. Actually, that's actually a very creative idea to have a seasonal promotional video for the product.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Imagine that you're selling a $50. I don't know. um, bag for little girls, right?
Hmm.
If you're selling a $50 bag that's costing you $5 to make, $10 to have it here, $12 to have it here in Amazon already, that's your cost before fees and everything, and you're making really good money on it. Like, make a video. It's gonna help you sell, run out of stock, which is what you want. Like that, I think that's the best problem to have. Like you scrambling around to get more stock, to get more things to sell. Obviously, like if you can have the little girl with Santa and Santa's giving her the thing, or if you want to make it, maybe it's not Santa, maybe it's Hanukkah, or that's your demographic, and you have somebody giving it through Hanukkah or whatever, or under the Christmas tree, or in the snow, wherever it is. You want that to create that emotion. The more you can relate with somebody, the better you're gonna make them feel. The most likely, the more confident, the more secure you're gonna make them feel. It's like us Amazon sellers. When we were in the event, in the sales scale event, we're like, oh, everybody's here, family. That's why, like, when we talk, we're like, hey man, what do you do? Oh, I do this, I do that, because we related to each other. That's the idea behind it.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. So,
Yeah, yeah. No worries, my friend. So yeah, guys, think seasonal. Definitely take your content in consideration. It's very important, very, very important. It's like literally, imagine you go on a date. I don't know how long you've been married for, Jason, but I'm divorced. So if I go on a date, I'm not gonna go without my hair being combed or my teeth not being brushed, right? I try to look as best as possible for that. So when somebody's looking at your listing, they're automatically thinking the content of the listing equals the content, equals the quality of the product. So the quality of the content equals the quality of the product. If your listing really is really, really, really bad, they're gonna automatically think that your product is bad. That's why Apple has the best marketing. I just called Apple like an hour ago. There's no iPhone in the state of Florida. They outsold everything. What do you think?
uh,
I was like,
yeah.
listen, just tell me a store. I don't care if it's I have to drive 8 hours. I'll get it. It's for my little brother. It's for my little brother.
Yeah.
And they're like, because he just won a very big soccer game back home, and he's like, and they're like, no, there's none. I'm like, is there any like Georgia? No, there's none. I'm like, you just have to order online. I'm like, there's no way. You have to wait. I was like, wow, that's I wouldn't have
Yeah.
that problem.
Yeah. So, but anyway, thank you so much for the presentation. I think it's really a value bomb. Even for me, I've been selling since 2016. I feel like there's even a few key takeaway that I love to share with my team after listening to your presentation. So, thank you so much for sharing everything that you learn with your
Thanks,
own
bro.
journey and working with so many different clients on the creative side. So before we wrap up, how can people find you? How can they reach out to you if they need help
Yeah,
with their
guys,
business?
you can reach out to Share Studio. Hello at Share It Studio. You can follow us on Instagram. It's Share It Studio. You can go through the website, schedule a call. If you come from Jason, we're automatically giving you a 15% discount. And you can come chat with us. If you don't have any money, you just want to talk literally, or we can give you tips. We have a complimentary marketing consultation, a 30-minute consultation, free of charge. You can come to us and we can, audit your listing and see what you can do better. If you want to work with us, great. If not, it's great as well. We know that once you start making more money, you're gonna come back to us because we gave you all the ideas.
Mhm.
So it's a win-win situation. Like my granny is a smart woman. She's like one hand washes the other hand, and they both wash their face. So us as a community, we're here to grow.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I did share the link to your website in the chat. So for those of you, either the listener or the viewer that's watching the replays, feel free to check out Share It Studios. They do a lot of amazing work in the Amazon seller communities. And thank you so much for being on the show today. And it's our honor to have you as a guest.
Jason, appreciate my brother. Thank you so much.